Hi guys, welcome back to Prospect Channels TV. Thank you for this coming out here. May God bless you all. Thank you very much once again. I also want to appreciate YouTube for making this platform available for us. Okay. I still want to use this opportunity to put a disclaimer that in this Prospect Channel TV, we don't promote hate speech, we don't promote violence, we don't promote misleading information or instigating war. All what we do here is information. So from information is power. Okay. Particularly what is happening around us in our communities, in our society, especially in Biafra land. So I want YouTube to take note of all this. Me, I know they like war, I know they like hate speech, I know they like violence. So I know they promote. So my people, this video you were about to watch will shock you what exactly is happening right now concerning these Biafra agitations, the Biafra declaration, Simon Ekpa versus Nigerian government in Finland. Let's watch this video together. Thank you.
Against us. They have been doing this not today, not yesterday. It's been for a very long time. Since after the Civil War, it became worse. From 1967 up to this moment, there has been a media campaign against the Biafrans, more especially the Igbo Biafrans, on every ramifications. And we have not paid attention to that because some of us are too busy trying to survive. Some of us are too busy paying attention to other issues. But it has come to a time that every one of us must begin to pay attention to what is happening. It is sad that this very propaganda is being piloted by a certain group of people, a certain tribe, for a reason best known to them. But we can no longer be silent. A time has come where every single one of us must begin to use their platform to speak about the true situation in Biafra land. The atrocities of the federal government of Nigeria in Biafra land. There so many strategies against Mazi Simon Ekpa, and none of them pulled out until they began to go extra miles, including using the EU, using their influence of the UK and all whatnot to penetrate. And finally, Mazi Simon Ekpa was restricted. And they kind of succeeded in their restriction. And today we see the chess they are playing, using their media, speaking on different angles, on different corners. But we are not going to chicken out. It doesn't matter what they say or what they do. We will continue to follow up because we know the zoo and how they play their game. Regardless the chess they play, all we know is that we want our freedom, and our freedom we must have. No amount of blackmail or propaganda will make us stop demanding for our self-determination. Lawfully, not unlawfully, lawfully, and that is exactly what we are doing.
That we are the choosing ones of God. So, and if we understand that we are the choosing one of God, we should not be afraid of what human being can do. We should be focused on that God who have chosen us to be his own.
Message that our DPM brought out shows how weak these people are. For me, because from the day one, from the first day they came out and they said that the PM was against the men on the ground, PM was against the fundraising, and any person that is against the fundraising is evil and against the Biafra. I could not pick anything on that. I waited until I hear Dada Ramma make another statement and what happened. I started picking everything on my own. I said, okay, let's assume that the PM, they picked him and there was no opportunity in anywhere for him to drop any message. Let's assume that that our PM was picked to today, there is no way for him to utter a single word of a message. So it means that maybe by now some people's head must have been on the ground. That's the way I see it. Because if somebody tell me that Simon Ekpa, I am the armor bearer of Simon Ekpa. If somebody come out to the public and tell me that Simon Ekpa is my boss, and the same Simon Ekpa, when he was invited for questioning, he had opportunity to give a message through his lawyer, and that lawyer did not deliver that message secret, but the lawyer delivered that message with 3 more people that make him the 4th person. And those people that call him my boss, my armor bearer, had that message from direct from the lawyer. The first message that nobody can say it was uttered. And they say we will never obey it. We can never obey that message. That we can never respect this woman. That this Biafra cannot be declared. So, for them coming to Finland, they have already in their mind that nothing will make this Biafra to be declared. It is obvious. Because sometimes when I start thinking, why are people still backing these people? Why are the men on the ground talking rubbish about this very woman? And this woman stand on her feet to tell Nigerian government that Nigeria cannot stop her from declaring Biafra. And she took the risk, a very high risk, and stand on her feet and declare this Biafra. And now somebody come out, first said he was against men on the ground, there was no evidence. Second, he said the woman was against fundraising, there was no evidence. Third, they go to charter. From charter, they go to constitution. From constitution, they started putting hand in rubbish. And somebody who's convinced himself, sleepless night and suffering in the bush as a man on the ground, is listening to this man, and he tell me that man on the ground is genuine. He is not funny the one. He's only deceiving himself. It's only the land and God himself that know what transpired between these people that is doing all these things. And heaven will not be quiet until that secret will be revealed. Heaven and earth will not be quiet until this. Why these men on the ground and these people are opposing this Biafra declaration? They come up with it's supposed to be on the 2nd. I was asking, did the United Nations give us a date to declare Biafra? Did the European Union give us date? Did America and Europe and Asia and every part of the world say if you declare Biafra on the 2nd, we will automatically recognize you? There was nothing like that. I asked this question. One of the men on the ground was what he was writing on his Twitter. He said, do you know if God spoke to our PM? Why, this is the PM that come out and said that if we give date to declare Biafra, it's possible I declare Biafra even before the time.
Yes.
Depending on what is on the ground. And after gathering informations and a lot of informations, then this woman conclude that we have to declare it on the 29th, and people are not happy. They started attacking her. They started bringing one thing or the other. They started bringing one or going from 1 tree to one banana plantation, only just to find reason not to obey that first very order. And now they went back to go and bring order that to put them in on the head and come on the television with the woman that was ex to the PM to say now you will be the head, and that is the one that he want the whole Biafrans to obey. My brother, we are not children, and any person that following them is man that sold his conscience. That person sold his conscience for something that is not not worth anything. This is the Biafra you are spending night, day, and everything is fighting for it to be declared. And the time was supposed to come more stronger, and some people go and trying to betray it, thinking that they will succeed. What is their aim? How much did they pay you to stop it? What will you gain? And you tell me you have billions in Nigeria as a property. Somebody who has billions in Nigeria as a property cannot fight for Biafra. He needs something to stop that thing so that his billions in Nigeria will be there. And if you have billions in Nigeria and nothing have been tampered with it, then you are evil. Because I know that somebody like Madam Azuka that has something, even they have private house, I think they say it was born when she was in action. Yes. And because people know what she have, that there may be something or something. So any person that's telling me he had billions in Nigeria and the federal government of Nigeria don't know about it, and you are coming out in the television, the world, to say you have it, and Nigerian government know that you have it, and they not pamper it, even though when they know in the forefront of the agitation on fighting for Nigeria to divide, and nothing happened to it, you are a sellout. And any person that will follow you is a sellout.
Exactly.
Because we know Nigeria can do anything to stop Biafra. Nigeria can do anything in this world to make sure that Biafra did not come. They don't care. If they can be killing innocent people to make sure they stop the agitation, what's your property that you have in Nigeria? They will not destroy. If they can kill the mother and the father of Nnamdi and people in Nnamdi house, what is your property in Nigeria that $1 billion that Nigeria cannot destroy? And you are boasting, you're telling me you're fighting for Biafra. My brother, let tell these people and the people of Biafra. These people know what they are doing. If the people were really genuine, let's just assume that everything that our DPM have been doing since they hold Maz, our PM. Let's assume that everything she has been doing, having some mistakes. How can you correct her with this evil word? You cannot correct somebody that made a mistake with hatred and evil. If you want to correct me, I will see the first from your heart that the correction you are giving to me is coming from the real bottom of your mind, and that what you are trying to tell me is truth, because I will see that love in you, that you're trying to let me to do the thing that is right. That is why Christ said, "From the heart speak the mouth." So when you want to correct, how can you go and correct somebody who you wish to die? It is impossible. It is impossible, and they have not shown any remorse about it. How can you say you love Simon Ekpa and you refuse to obey what Simon Ekpa give as instruction, and you go back to get a way to get it so that you will be on the top of the affair, and they want the whole Biafrans to obey you and to follow you, to say if you respect Simon, our PM, then you're supposed to follow Genkere. That is when it will be. But when they say follow Dr. Ngozi Arabeze, then that person is Wachikote Ekwonu. How can you follow a man and open his mouth and call the Biafrans Achikote Ekwonu? Do you know what he means by Achikote Ekwonu? So my brother, the only thing I'm telling our people is to do the right thing and be at the right place at the right time. That is the only thing. Do not look back. Search your conscience and let your conscience be pure. Let your conscience tell you what you are doing is truth or not. And if you know that what you are doing is not right, then change. You still have time to change before it will be too late. Change before it will be too late. Because everything, when our PM Simon Ekpa come out, he will go through everything and will not be silent. Because we will tell him from the one what happened. He is not a child. So let people don't think that when a PM come, that he will just come and slap all of us and push us, all of us inside the bush. No, it's not possible. He is a man with wisdom. So I can only encourage my people to be strong with Otongozo Rabeza and continue in praying and contribute to what you were supposed to do. Those things that your heart and your spirit convince you that it's right to support this agitation, do it without wasting time. That is my message this afternoon. Thank you, my brother.
That has to do with Biafra is being adulterated. The government of Nigeria never speak the truth about us. The conventional media never report things that is happening in our land. The conventional media never stand for us or report the truth. They are always reporting falsehood. Today, you see the game of chess. That is why I call it the game of chess. Finland and Nigeria is playing. I put it as a game of chess because we have not seen the Finland authority come and debunk the lie that we saw on the media. Even though we know that the way it is being written by Nigerian media, the way it's being projected, it is not the way it is. What they are telling us transpired is not exactly what transpired. We know that. But we are expecting the Finland authority to come out and set the record straight the way it should be. We are not going to help them to do that. In the past days, in the past time, when the former ambassador was there, they have always debunked lie when it comes up. They have always come front to confront the lies and tell the truth and let us know things we are. So many times lies have been told against our prime minister, and the government of Finland bring out a statement. Even when they use their name to blackmail, they bring out a statement. So in this case, Nigerian media, a media sponsored and licensed by Nigeria, Vanguard to be precise, a media licensed by Nigeria, came and projected informations, pushed it, and the whole world is watching and seeing it. And up to today, we have not seen a reporter. We have not seen a reporter from Finland authority. And that is why we are hammering on that. Until they come out and give a reporter, we continue to watch them on that chase they are playing, the chase of justice. Our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, must get justice. And we know he is going to be free as soon as possible. We are not shaken. We are not fearful. We are only speaking for those weaker mind. We know there are some people who are not as strong as others. There are some who are weak in mind. And in that weakness, we must have to speak to encourage them. As for Mazi Simon Ekpa, I don't even want to go on the side of extradition because it doesn't exist. But this game that Nigeria is playing, using every single opportunity, we have seen them do it several times. We saw them when they went and met the Finnish president in United Nations meeting. United Nations meeting that was held, instead of them going for a purpose, they purposely went to the president of Finland and they took a picture. They took a picture with him and they came and wrote on it. But then they know that Mazi Simon Ekpa is around. Mazi Simon Ekpa will confront them because he doesn't keep silent. But today, in the fact that they know that we don't have somebody in Finland as per se who can confront them and their lies. That is why today they can be boldly come and project their ambassador who went to introduce himself as a new elected ambassador to Nigeria. During that very introduction letter she was delivering, they now called it whatever they want to call it, gave it whatever name they want to give it, and they used to promote a propaganda against the Biafra. That is what the media of Nigeria has been doing and been paid to do. And when we see this media, the injustice of the media in Nigeria, we call them out. That is why every single Biafran must join us in this media. Use your own platform. There are so many of us in this platform today. When you go to their platform, if you go to their Facebook, you will never see anything about Biafra. You go to their YouTube, you won't see anything about Biafra. You go to their TikTok, you won't see anything about Biafra. What are you afraid of? You don't want to be recognized as a Biafra. You don't want to post anything as a Biafra. But when you come here, you hail us, you join us, you praise us, but expand this message so that you never know who can see it. When you post it in your wall, you don't know who can come across it. Because as we speak now, we don't have a permanent friend and we don't have a permanent enemy. Chukwu Okike Abịama can use anybody at any time. That is why we must have to expand our band. We don't have to create limitations to ourselves. In any area you find yourself, in your platform, share the information, share to your family group, share to your meeting group, share to any group you belong. Get our content and begin to share them there. Support all these platforms that are genuinely speaking for Biafra, more especially the platforms that are under United States of Biafra. Support it. It doesn't cost you a word. It doesn't cost you anything to share the message. It doesn't cost you anything to like the program. But some of us are not doing that. Instead, some of us, you go to their platform, they are busy sharing gossip. Any gossip that has come out from Nigeria, they will share their gossip. They share their gossip. Any entertainment thing that come out, go to their platform, they share it. Feel of entertainment. Any jokes that come out from Nigeria, you see it in their platform. When they see things where they are talking about irrelevant issues, using vulgar words, you see them sharing it, boldly share it in their platform, and they are happy. But when it comes things that has to do with their own self, they don't share it. It is sad and it's a pity. We have to change that mentality and change it now, because our enemies are strategizing. And one of the weapons the enemy is using against Biafra is media. One of the weapons they are using against us is media. Until we begin to take media serious, they will continue to cage us. Today, when you hear that the world don't know what is happening, it is not they don't see it. They see it, they hear it. Every one of us must wake up and begin to use our platform. Speak about things that matter. Speak about relevant issues. Why are you still focusing your attention on irrelevant issues? They are using media propaganda against the Biafrans. And a certain region, a certain group of people are doing that. It is high time we confront them head on. Thank God for social media. In 1967, there were no social media. And that was why we were held captive. Some people in the United Kingdom, some people in the US didn't know. The ordinary citizens didn't know what was happening in Biafra land. They didn't know. The information was not out there. But today, in 2025, we have the media. What are you doing with your platform? That smartphone in your hand, what are you doing with it? What are you doing with your smartphone? You can't even make inquiry and get informations. You can't even verify information. They will push lie and propaganda. You become afraid and you believe them. You help them and share it. You won't even make inquiry. It is sad. It is high time we begin to change our mentality. As we enter into this full restoration of Biafra on the ground and the recognition. For us to gain this recognition, the media will play a major role. The way you handle your media matters. The zoo have already started pushing their propaganda. You see them today, trying to change the narrative. Everything they are turning against us, against our Prime Minister, but we will not allow them. Yesterday, we were playing a video of the program that was conducted in one of the conventional media. And we're going to continue to play that program today. Let us see what we can get from that program as we proceed and listen to the discussion that happened. The lie they are pushing against us in Biafra land. The way they project the Biafra as uninhabitable. When Obato Bie comes out, our Prime Minister said that Biafra land is the most secured. It is not a propaganda. Biafra land remains the most secured area in the whole of Nigeria. The most secured area in the whole of Nigeria is Biafra land. But they will come and begin to tell you that it's the most insecure place. They will begin to project that the most insecure place. The insecurity in the southwest is greater than what you see in the southeast. Insecurity in the north cannot be compared to what you see in the southeast. But when you go to the media, they push, project us as people. A place that is not uninhabitable, just to make sure they scare people away from establishing and developing the area. They scare businessmen away, they scare business, they scare contractors from coming to that area. It is a media war that every one of us must engage in. Let us listen to this very program and go along with it.
Now, my issue right now, my issue.
Sorry, before you
okay.
move on, check the tribe that is teaching up this polity. Check the people that are trying to change the narrative from EFCC to Igbo man kill an Hausa man that's in EFCC. It will certainly be from our brothers, some of our brothers from the southwest. And I think Igbos, we need to rise and meet the leaders of the southwest to caution them about this hitting up the polity, not just hitting up, making false statements.
Some of them are even working government officials.
Exactly.
In fact, one of them that was suspended from the Lagos State government, I think his name is Ajay or something, the one who wrote that those who actually burnt TVC or whatever were hunted and executed, and then the Lagos State governor actually suspended him. If you go to his social media account, you see statements that are bigotry related. It's quite unfortunate that government officials are meant to promote unity,
and the government will turn their eyes away from it. Look at this chief that was recently released, the chief that out of frustration after the election, the Lagos State government watched as Igbos were being attacked, killed, their properties burnt. We were helpless. Police were not helping us. The government were not helping us. And the man out of frustration said, if you cannot defend us, that he's going to invite IPOP. That's all. That man spent 2 years in jail. But people had made statements worse than this.
A lot.
No,
somebody threatened the president's wife and nothing happened.
Exactly. Will not even fight them to invite them for questioning. So that's why I said this very government is trying to revive the 1966 genocide. And it's going on in the southeast already. In fact, there is a guerrilla war going on in the southeast. There is a war going on. You know, during the war, during the war in 1966,
yes,
there was war in the southeast, and there were normalcy in the west. And
yes,
they were even enjoying free education. In fact, the way we are listening to what is going on in the southeast now is the same. So, the APC government came in to finish up where they stopped in 1970, but now they want to catch Igbos on a way. They are doing it in guerrilla style. So you won't even understand what is what is going on.
It is good that you're hearing this from somebody on the ground. You know, when we come on social media and we broadcast and we say there is war going on in Biafra land, some of us don't understand. Some think that maybe we are pushing propaganda. When we say there is war going on in Biafran territory, some of you don't believe it. But the person that is speaking here now is a journalist on the ground, saying it that the guerrilla warfare is going on, and they have continued the 1970 war. 1967 to 70 war has continued under this APC government. They are carrying out guerrilla warfare against Biafran people, and it's difficult to understand. The chief of army staff announced it. He called it guerrilla warfare. Later on, he said asymmetric warfare. And in all terms, it is warfare going on in Biafra territory, even as we speak. You know, when we say it, because we are on social media, some of them will say, oh, you are making things up here. But this is somebody speaking on the conventional media, a journalist on the ground, telling you that there is war going on in Biafra land. You see, this is why we bring these informations out, so that you hear it from them. Let it not be that only we are talking. And I believe that the Finnish authority is hearing it. The whole world is hearing this. The Finnish authority that is saying that they don't know why Master Simon Ekpa is doing what he's doing, or they don't have evidence, or they are looking for evidence why Simon Ekpa is doing. Look at a clear evidence. Somebody on the ground. Why don't Finnish authority send their own delegate to go and interview this woman? Why don't Finnish authority send their own investigator to go and hear from this woman? First-hand information, she is an eyewitness to the atrocities of Nigerian government against the Biafrans firsthand. But somebody will still be there pretending you are looking for evidence. What evidence are you looking for? There is a war declared against Biafra, and somebody came and stood in defense to defend the land. To defend the land, because the people have given him mandate. More than 50 million people cast their vote and gave him mandate to defend them. As if it's not enough, you saw those people that gave him mandate in Finland. On 29th of November, you saw them. So that you wouldn't say it's a spirit. You wouldn't say that it's a made up something. You saw people flew in from all parts of the world to Finland to make a declaration. As if that is not enough. And you are still looking for information. You are still playing a chess. You are still playing a chess of justice with Nigeria. Is there any need to play such chess? Our Prime Minister, Master Simon Ekpa, deserves an apology. In fact, he must to be released immediately and paid compensation, because he has not committed any crime. He has not committed any crime. Look at somebody giving a first-hand information. Let's continue to listen to her.
A military that was moved in a place to relax, sit at home, now arrests citizens minding their business, going about their business,
without prosecuting them.
Without
no prosecution, nothing.
Shooting at sight, killing them, arrest them, meet them, shoot them. Because I've been telling people, I said, this is true. We read, the military will say, we busted IPOP, we shot, we killed 10 IPOP. Who are these IPOP? Where are they busting them? The CEO is one of those they are busting.
And
probably the banker.
In such incidents, you will not see videos.
Exactly. The banker that was shot and we saw her corpse is also one of them. And so many people that were missing. So there was no insecurity in the Southeast, I assure you. But the insecurity in the Southeast is been under siege by the security
So you're
forces.
saying now that what is currently going on in Anambra State is not as how we see it. I want us to listen to this.
These two incidents happened in Anambra now.
Yes, it did happen in Anambra. I want
the
us to
EFCC incident and the military is in Anambra.
Yes. I want us to take a listen to this young boy who was also a victim of the EFCC modus operandi, and he was really not happy. Let's just.
Finland is looking for evidence. Here are evidence why we are doing what we are doing. These are evidence. One of the victims is going to speak. Where are those people looking for evidence? Where are they? Where are they? This very information is on their conventional media. You are looking for evidence. You are looking for evidence. Why are we doing? Look at it. When we call Nigerian government a terrorist government, look at one of the affiliation, the EFC, the crime they committed. First-hand information from a victim. Let's listen.
Listen to him briefly.
Barely a month now or something, EFCC came to this house. I was not around. It was my brother and his friend that was there around. I traveled. They called me on phone and told me about it. EFCC no knock. They don't do anything. They just broke this door, like break into their house, bully people, beat them up, broke some properties. I will show you guys something. See this television like this now? It's EFCC that broke it. Like they broke it and beat the people up. People that were here, they beat them up. Like they destroyed. They were just doing like armed robbers. Now, after everything they did, they took them and took up to other 15 people in this compound along. Without any information, without any reason, without any cause, nothing. They searched their phone and they saw nothing, but they took them along. After all the stress and everything I passed through, they came back. Now, yesterday armed robbers, they penetrated this house and they operated exactly like EFCC. Like the way EFCC did it, they broke this door, entered this house, surrendered everybody and took everything. Like they raided this house.
Yeah, so that was somebody recounting his experience with the EFCC and what transpired after the EFCC came and did their raid and left. Now, the question now is this. What are the Southeast governors doing about this? I don't want to believe that the Southeast governors do not know that there have been complaints like this about the residents. Specifically in December, a lot of Southeasterners traveled home. They went to enjoy the Yuletide season. What are the Southeast governors doing? Chukwuma Soludo set up a security outfit, Udo Gachi. We also have Alex Oti too, but though that region is quite calm. Peter Rumba of Enugu State, that particular state is quite calm. Ebonyi, Francis Nwifuru, that place is quite calm. So the area that is actually experiencing this surge in volatility of criminal activities supposedly is Imo State and Anambra State. So if you remember, the Southwest, they had apprehended that Boko Haram or ISWAP members, they have sleeper cells in the Southwest. The DSS kept them and they're asking questions. They're trying to locate all the sleeper cells they have because lately there have been a lot of killings. If you know that a former police inspector's wife was kidnapped from her home, now Amotekun has been set up. The Southwest governors decided to come together to see how they could set up a security operative or a security outfit that will help combat this particular menace and go into the forest. So why can't we have that collective effort by the Southeast governors to monitor this?
Now, the challenge we have in the Southeast is the issue of IPOP. We are not well managed.
Okay.
These were very organized youth. If you ask me,
okay,
I've really taken time to monitor and look into the activities of Southeast. It's like the IPOP members got wind of, maybe had information about what was about to happen in the southeast. Because
really?
everything that was happening, Nnamdi Kanu was warning, was saying that the Fulani ginger, you know, the way he reports it, the Fulani ginger weed are trying to come over south, they want to take over south and they were coming through the bush, the Fulani herdsmen kidnapping, and they set up what they called ECN, Eastern Security Network. I can assure you then, you will hear them report they've chased away the Fulani herdsmen and all that. Now, when the problem was, the IPOP took over leadership of Southeast. Just like then, you hear Boko Haram taking over some states in the north. The people were more of listening to IPOP because they felt these people were representing them. Really, IPOP and the governors that should represent them and should say certain things are not saying, and the IPOP is putting a lot of pressure. Now that really it was a problem. I think they had several meetings on how to manage this IPOP thing. Now they were more of how to get back the people from IPOP, other than, and they were ready to do it by all means. Now, out of the desperation, they actually allowed the military to come in, not knowing what the government of the day had in mind. In fact, it was an avenue to now come in. They've been wanting to have a way of coming in to do this. They don't have. There's no way. Now, this is an avenue for them to now come in. Otherwise, how can the military come in and then all of a sudden, who negotiated with Astari Dekibo? Who negotiated with the military? Because I think the whole, you know, every human being has tendency to commit crime. If you know that you commit that crime and get away with it.
Yes.
So now, since the Southeast is now a place where crime is going on, there is no doubt some of the citizens that were in Lagos and all over the place started moving in. Now, rather than the militaries curtailing them, they were even using them to commit most of these crimes. You know, it happened to me. I challenged the military at Osumohu one time when they were questioning me up to my family name and stuff. That was like, so you will gather information from us, send it across to the kidnappers. So they built a cartel from the military to the criminals, to the underworld people to do all this. Now, the thing has gone so much so that even the governors don't even know what to do. I put a call across to one of the leaders when I got to him. I said, this is what is going on. I think the militaries are on top of all this crime being committed. The man said, madam, we know. Listen, his word. Our problem now, since we discovered that this is what they are doing, the challenge is, if we send them away, they will now pull the criminals and now say, because the militaries have left. So I think this is the issue. If you watch, throughout all this IPOP military stuff, we did not hear more of this from Enugu. Why? When this happened,
celebration. After that day, when those supposed celebration, after that day, when those supposed unknown gunmen came, it was like there was going to be a heavy presence of the military there. But somehow he's been able to contain that.
Even when 5 military men were shot, but they wanted to enter Abia State.
So that was the means.
Did not allow them. We went to Mahia, Ewa. We had to tell the military, the person is for you to pack and go. We can't have you, when you are attacked on the road, you begin to arrest our boys. And those also went and had a meeting with them. I think that's curtailed, but you see, have reports of kidnapping around, you know, Abia State. But in Imo State, even on the 24th of December, Asari also reported that he's still working with the militaries in Imo State.
Yeah, he even mentioned the community where his boys are along with him.
At Idato.
You can imagine, 24th of December, yesterday. You know, when we talk about the issue of Asara, some of you think, oh, this one happened before. Just yesterday, Asara Dokubo is still boasting of operating military in Biafran territory, destroying innocent lives in Imo State. Destroying innocent life in Imo State. This information is in the public, and the Finnish authority is saying they are looking for evidence. And they will come and they will tell you about unknown gunmen. Yet, they are the people recruiting unknown gunmen, recruiting the kidnappers. Every single insecurity in the Southeast is being implanted by the federal government of Nigeria. simply because they want to suppress the restoration of Biafra. And we cannot be silent. We can't allow them to oppress us.
He mentioned it. Yes, he mentioned
and if
it.
you watch, that's Idato, there were killings in Idato. And now, you know, Anambra State and Imo State are just, I don't know how to say it. From all over the place, they have boundaries. From that Idato, Anambra have boundaries. From Olo, Anambra have boundaries. You get it? So I think they are moving from Imo State
to Anambra State.
To Anambra State. Now, if you look at some communities in Anambra State, put up serious security. They put up serious security. In those places, there were no incidents. Like Okwo. In fact, they all ran away from home. But this time around, they raised up to more than 500 security men. That was where Denko had his mother's burial. He's from
okay,
Okwo.
yeah, because it was peaceful. We saw the footage.
They contributed money and raised over 500 securities. So I think I would suggest and advise most of these communities raise security. Don't just raise out. Contribute good money. Raise securities of the indigenes of the place. Because if you raise security of the indigenes, they'll be able to identify people. Because you can't
know who is who and this is.
This is where they're getting it wrong. When it comes to solution, these people are zero. Stop giving us these solutions you are giving us. The information you are passing about the true situation of things is enough. But when it comes to the solution, raising security outfit, what kind of security outfit are you going to raise traditionally? What kind of security outfit are you going to raise and give them double barrier to go and face the real enemies, the Fulani Janjaweed that are in the bush with their assault rifles and AK-47 and 45? This is one thing these people don't understand. The only solution is to support the freedom of your people, the United States of Biafra. The Liberation Army of Biafra is equal to the tax. We will arm ourselves with the equal measure of arms they are coming with. That is the only way to end this. Speak in the language that they understand. When you continue to provide this very solution of forming a security, what are they having? The security, you form security and you give them stick and double barrel to go and face people with AK-47. And when we talk about the security, the same security outfit that the people that are going to form, tomorrow they will politicize them and they now begin to use them as stocks. At the end of the day, every single security they put, all these people, when they put it, the next thing they will begin to chase is the Biafran people. Everyone they form, go and check their speech. The next speech they will make, oh, they are going to look for people who are agitating for Biafra. They are looking for Biafran Liberation Army. They are looking for ESN. Every security outfit they form. And that is why nobody should open his mouth and make. We know that you people are in Nigeria. There are certain things you cannot say. We understand. You are in Nigeria. You are in their media. There are certain things you cannot say. We can understand. But this solution you are giving here doesn't add up. It doesn't add up. There is no security outfit you're going to form to confront this enemy. The only people that has the power, the authority to equal the same measure of amount the power they're coming from is the Liberation Army under the United States of Biafra. If you begin to form any security outfit under Nigeria, you are creating more problem. You are creating more problem. You are creating more problem. You see what turned out from your Ibubago. Ibubago turned out to become a terrorist and kidnapping group. And the whole Southeast protested. They don't want it. Did they remove it? No. You see AVG. AVG protested. AVG, their own work is to go against Biafrans, take their life, and even kidnap. You saw is it Andy Oba or which Oba? One of those Obas, when he formed his own security outfit. It was against the Biafrans to kidnap and to maim. And this is what they will always do. It is only the Liberation Army of Biafra. Form a security under the United States of Biafra, and then you can be defended. You'll be assured that your defense will be assured. We know that you people are in Nigeria. You can't talk the way we talk, but we have the solution. And that is when we speak from afar, we speak that the world might hear. Where are the United Nations? Where is Finnish authority that is looking for evidence? Come and listen to this program. Get your evidence as much as you can. Go on the ground and tell you people. There are people who are ready to talk. there is no solution in Nigeria. And that is why our Prime Minister said that freedom is going to come from abroad. If you are forming any security outfit to free you in Nigeria, you are wasting time. You are only creating more problems. Freedom is going to come from outside. It is going to come from outside, from the Liberation Army. And that is why we are not stopping. We will continue to pursue and move until we get to our destination. I can see my beloved brother, Greg. If you are there, my brother, Greg, go ahead and say, if you want to say something, go ahead and chip in your own line of thought before I continue to play the video.
Yes, my brother. We continue with this woman's report again today.
Yes.
You know, the Nigeria situation and the East is a planned game with the federal government and the state government. This woman that is here have every complete information.
Absolutely.
The only where the woman is missing a little bit is when the Eastern Security was formed and the so-called governors formed the Bubago. They did not form the Bubago to fight or go inside the bush to chase out those people who we are causing insecurity, kidnapping and killings and raping in our place. Instead, they started using it to go after the IPOB, because that is what the federal government sent them to do. Another place she not got it very well again is after when they kidnapped Mazin Nnamdi Kanu, then some people that refused to follow the so-called DOS, then the DOS people started giving information about those people, and they started going to their houses and burning their houses and killing them secretly and openly. Those Eastern Security Network people, the people that refused to obey them, and some of them who joined the Ebubago, knowing their colleagues, started appointing them and going indirectly and killing them. So all these killings here were what was going on in the East, which many of them didn't even know what was going on. That it was the federal government using some of the Eastern Security Network members and killing some of their members. At the same time, killing some innocent people and burning their houses. So that is where all these things generated. But that does not mean that in the East, that the insecurity is more than in the South, in the West, or in the North. No,
Exactly.
it is not. But the only thing is to call what do you call it? A dog, a bad name to kill that dog. Look at the new security that Soludo formed. How many security have they formed in Anambra? Ifanyoba formed, Obi of Onitsha formed, Soludo formed. All of them formed security in Anambra State. All of them, none of them were after going to the bush. Either they formed those security for their own interest and to fight IPOB. That is the only thing. Okay, look at this new one he started, because I believe he went again to recruit Asoro the Kobo men. I mean Soludo now. He went now to hire Asori men. At the same time, pick all those people that Ifanyoba formed, because now Ifanyoba is not alive. So now he take them on his own side with some of what do you call it, Asari men, and he say he form a new he form a new security in the East. So insecurity will continue, because Asari the Kobo have a different agenda in coming to the Igbo land, and they went and bring him. That is the thing. And Ifeanyi people have a different agenda. So all those things they are forming here and there is only to kill innocent people. Exactly. Because none of them is ready to go inside the bush and know what is happening inside the bush. No. It's only when any person have problem with his brother and his sister, they will tell me, yeah, he's IPOB, just like what happened with the what do you call him, this lady that normally do saga in the internet in US. When somebody when they started point, yeah, but say he raising money for IPOB, he raising money for IPOB. So this is exactly what they do in the East. So any person who is his or brother sister have problem, they will tie him that person IPOB and they will go and kill that person. Okay, look at that person that they were carrying. They tie his hand, tie his leg, carry him like a goat, a human being, an Igbo son. They carry him like a tied goat. And look at the Fulani they got in kidnapping, and how they treat the Fulani. Just go and compare the two. These are the things that supposed to bring it to the program. Let the world see again. That program that those people that Soludo hired, and that guy they were holding on the ground, and not the Fulani who is doing kidnapping, and the way they treat two of them. At least let the Igbo people judge it on themselves. That they will get an Igbo man. I'm not supporting any criminality, but you get your brother who maybe he go and steal telephone, you tie him and go and kill him. And when you get a Fulani who is killing our people and requesting millions and billions, you give him and you give them VIP treatment. Ask them if did I touch you? No, because Ateze and all Jews are called who brought them, who will give them assurance in coming to the East. Tell them that there is nothing they will do that any person will touch them, and the governors give them the same assurance. So even if they kidnap and kill, nothing will happen. That is why the so-called what do you call him, Obiano, say that if a farmer kill, if a kidnap, if what do you call a herdsman go inside the farm and kill any person, he will pay 500,000.
Exactly. That's when it started. Obiano started.
And if any person kill a cow, he pay 500,000. So he equate 500,000 to his brother and sisters to the same amount of money with the cow. These are the kind of people that is ruling you people. That is why he immediately, when he hand over the place he lived for 80 years, he found another place he lived for 80 years that is not where a human being can stay. He ran to America. These are the kind of people that is leading you. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you so much, my brother. It's really painful. Like the video you say, I have all those videos, but most of those videos I don't play it here because of restrictions we have online. There are some videos we don't play so that they don't come to attack programs and all that. So that is why we don't play some of those videos. So that very one you're explaining is very painful. It is very painful when you hear the story of how that people, those Fulanis, were captured. This one is they captured them in the aim of fire. They said after exchange of fire, they were able to capture 3. After exchanging fire, they captured 3 others escaped. Exchanging fire with people that have AK-47. After the exchange, they were able to capture 3. And you see how those 3 were being treated like none of them had a scratch in their body. They were not even beaten. You see how the way they posed, the way they were even looking, I see the kind of pride in them with that kind of crime. But look at their own brother, how they tied him like a goat. Common a mere stealing. Some of them maybe they come to your house, they say they saw hard drug there. That is it. Maybe the one they are smoking or whatever. The way they will beat them, they will almost near death. If not, that's the one they beat is never escape. Even if they beat you, the people will be happy that they only beat you. If it's only beating, they will be happy that they were beaten. They take the life of innocent people simply because of one minor crime. But now, when you confront the real terrorists that we are hammering about, shouting about, that are the main kidnappers, the main terrorists that are occupying the bushes, they kidnap and they say they are waiting for time to unleash mayhem. The main kidnappers that are sending information every day, terrorizing people, taking innocent life, harvesting organs. When they catch them, they treat them with kid gloves. And they want us to keep silent. It is sad, but we must continue.
You cannot bring somebody from Biafra to come and guide you. It is not possible. So I think majorly, what is happening in the southeast is a creation of the federal government of Nigeria. They can't escape it because there have been so many incidents of military activities, and the government have not said anything about it. Some of these accusations, the militaries have not said anything about it. So how can you be saying you are shooting? You are shooting.
No, the military has said something. The military blamed it actually on IPOB. The Chief of Defense Staff, Christopher Musa, was the one that made that statement via a television interview. He said most of the crimes ongoing is by IPOB, although IPOB distanced itself at the time. They distanced themselves from the activities of Simon Ekpa, but the Chief of Defense Staff insists that it is the activities of IPOB. And then they asked questions about the frisking that takes place along the routes when you're going to the south, because I remember I watched that interview, and they said that frisking has helped save a lot of lives. So on several occasions, they've caught some of them with weaponry and all whatnot. This is the reportage you were talking about, where facts are misrepresented. But at the end of the day, it takes the effort of the governors to come together and do something about it. So are they overwhelmed? Are they underwhelmed? Are they confused? Is it that they don't know what to do? What are they afraid of?
Okay, Esther, I'll tell you what. We've had several occasions where people are being attacked, not up to 5 minutes drive from military checkpoints. Now, if people run back to the military to report them, they'll be like, and so? They don't go. We've had these reports of if you call military or police in the southeast, that something is going on. In fact, police now are responding. The military will not respond to you. Even if it means 2 minutes drive from where they are, they will not respond. So him saying that even in the southeast, all they do is collect money. I've not seen them do it other than collect money, cause a long hold up, and be collecting money. That's all they do. They don't do any other thing. So him saying that whatever they do now, the IPOB in question, Esther, an average Igbo man is IPOB at heart. They have that support. IPOB have no office. IPOB have no. It's not like OPC where you see them doing something, or Boko Haram. No, they go about their business. They use media to pass the information. They said they want to get their freedom without shooting. They want to use the civil means to get it, and they have mentioned it. So if army is telling you that they have a shootout, where did they see this IPOB? Where are these shootouts going on? Oh, okay, if you see anybody, did you just call them and they tell you we are IPOB? How do you know? How do you even let the military tell us how they identify this IPOB? How do you identify them?
All right, guys. Now you have all watched this video. What's your take on this? Please, let's hear from you. Kindly drop your comments below the comment section. Share this video, let it go viral. Biafrans need to understand what is happening. Thank you, and bye for now.